With the cost of living still high, Kenyans are digging deeper into their pockets to afford their basic needs. More Kenyans are turning to digital lenders, offering quick, collateral-free credit to bridge the financial gap every month. Data from the Digital Financial Services Association of Kenya reveals that digital lenders in Kenya serve around 8 million customers, disbursing short-term loans totaling between 10 and 15 billion shillings monthly. This week on Mint, we delve into how digital loans have become the new lifeline for Kenyans. Also, today on Mint, why building a house with a spouse is a crash course on patience and compromise. How businesses are choosing cloud solutions over buying or building software. From Radio Queen to podcasting, Kaleche's transition to the digital sphere.
Earn it, spend it, save, invest. Earn it, spend it, save, invest. Mola, kila siku niko chase mola, make more bila stress. Mola, kila siku waste mola, make more bila stress.
Usitume kwa hii namba, niko na fuliza. I am sure you have heard that line before or have even used it yourself. This just goes to show how digital loans are providing a lifeline to Kenyans as they navigate tough economic times and strive to meet pressing basic needs. But even as you access that digital loan, Mint has tips for how you can ensure you stay financially afloat.
Earn it, spend it, save, invest.
Digital lenders provide millions of Kenyans with a financial bridge from month end to month end by offering quick, collateral-free credit. Data from the Digital Financial Services Association of Kenya reveals that digital lenders in Kenya serve around 8 million customers, disbursing short-term loans totaling between 10 to 15 billion Kenyan shillings monthly. With the cost of living at an all-time high, Kenyans are being forced to dig deeper into their pockets to afford basic needs. To survive, they are turning to digital loans to meet pressing needs.
During this time, that's been difficult economically, not just for Kenya but across. We have become a very dependable source of daily living for a lot of our customers. And what we have observed is customers would rather default on their credit cards, would rather default on their rent even, than default on their digital loan because they need that to survive daily.
To enable their customers to meet their daily needs, banks have increased their borrowing capacity, providing higher loan limits.
We have continued to raise the limits for our customers so that those who were borrowing 5,000 shillings, now they're able to borrow 10,000 shillings. And you see a lot of changes we have made to the limits for our customers to help them go through this time period. The other thing that we have done, I talked about the fact that for our core customers, we have designed a digital product for them, which goes up to 1 million shillings in lending and can be repaid over a period of a year. Again, is to support those customers that I need to pay school fees, that I need today to send their kids for training, whatever they need, or they themselves need some training, and also to support household or for household support.
As digital lending platforms continue to saturate the market traditionally preserved for financial institutions, major banks in the country are also turning to innovative financial products to lend to their customers. KCB, Equity Bank, Standard Chartered, and NCBA are some of the banks that have developed smartphone loan applications that have made the loan application process faster, more efficient, and more accessible. With a commitment to innovation, inclusion, and empowering millions of Kenyans with credit, banks are embracing digital lending to their customers who want faster credit and, in turn, contributing to their bottom line.
I think the areas of growth that you'd have seen, one is our lending to individuals that has continued to grow, both on our digital platforms where we are up 4%, lending 478 billion in disbursements. And then you look at what you call our core customer base. Again, through our digital channels, we have lent 4 billion shillings to those.
As banks continue to shift to digital channels, customers are also increasingly preferring to conduct their transactions online, propelled by the convenience and immediacy of digital loan products.
You look at digital channels. NCBN, our channel, one of the highest rated digital channels of any bank across East Africa. We now have 87% of transactions coming through the digital channels. So again, real growth that we have seen in those channels across on that platform, across all the countries in which we operate. We are serving 65 million customers now on those channels.
Despite the surge in mobile digital lending in Kenya over the past 12 years, there are increasing concerns about predatory loans, privacy infringement, and the opaque nature of digital lending and interests accrued. To tackle this, the Central Bank of Kenya CBK Act was amended in December 2024 to bring the digital lenders under more direct control and scrutiny of the CBK. While digital borrowing can be a valuable tool for achieving individual financial goals, it is crucial to approach digital loans responsibly. Poor borrowing habits can lead to a cycle of debt and financial stress. These are tips that you can use as a checklist to ensure that you are staying financially above the water. Create a budget and stick to it. Borrow only what you need and can afford to repay. Understand the terms and conditions of your loan. Do not borrow a loan to pay another loan.
Building a house with your spouse sounds like a fun project. That is, until you realize it's a crash course in compromise and patience. While one is obsessing over the open-plan kitchen and tile colors, the other is counting coins and making sure the construction doesn't go over budget. Today on Mula Hacks, architect Marianne Osoi uncovers the chaos that ensues when couples embark on building their dream home without taking the time to develop a shared vision.
Building a house is an exciting journey. However, it can also come with stresses and frustrations, especially when building with a spouse. With so many decisions to make, disagreements can occur that may render the whole project a disaster.
The problem is these spouses come in with different tastes. Everyone wants what they want, especially maybe the women would say, oh, I want a nice kitchen, but this is not in their budget. But you need to put their ideas together and come up with one thing that both parties will like. So mostly, most couples do not discuss. It would be nice if they settled in before coming to the architect, have the ideas together. So when you come to see your architect, at least your ideas are together, so we don't need to have a back and forth all the time that this is what I want, this is what and we start fighting on the table.
In Marianne's experience, most couples are never on the same page about the basics of what they want, making it difficult to present a shared vision with an architect or builder.
Most of them do not even have an idea what they want. They just want a house because the money is there. So they come in and you first of all advise them and tell them, look, if this is what you want against your budget or against the quality you want or against the size of land or against the economics, then this one will not make sense. So let's settle in for things that make sense at this point and things that you will also like, especially in terms of quality and also the preference.
To get a middle ground, this is what Marianne does.
So what happens is I would take spouse 1, spouse 2, so listen to his or her ideas, we put them together, we come up with like a concrete little something, depending also on their budget. So if they have like a budget of maybe say 10 million, then I'm able to guide them and say, let's settle in for something that is fairly enough for both of them.
When constructing a house, couples are often faced with a number of dizzying decisions that can sometimes become pain points due to difference of opinions.
So the men would love just to have a house. They don't care much about, designing for environment, designing for all that. Yeah, they just want a house against what the money they have in the account. But for the women, most women are specific. Most women are aware of lighting, they're aware of ventilation, they want nice kitchens. Some would want an open kitchen, but when we get to the table, we fight because the man does not want an open kitchen. Common mistakes normally, the party that is not interested will not work with the architect. you get that maybe the lady loves the project more, will be more oriented to the architect side. So again, the architect is put as the middleman to bring the couple together.
While it's inevitable that the bone of contention for couples building together may come from having to make decisions they both agree upon, having a common vision may go a long way in making the arduous process of building smooth.
It's very important that you share the vision and you start all the way from home. And before you come and see the architect, at least have ideas exchange for about 2 months, and also have a few ideas put on pen and paper, some of them in sketch form. If you can't sketch, just have them in picture form. So when you come and see your architect, it's like one idea.
Before discussing ideas for your ideal home with an architect, whether it's about the marble kitchen or the rooftop garden, sit down with your spouse and decide on the budget, size, design, and the elements you're not willing to compromise on. Let's take a short break. We'll be right back. Coming up, from radio queen to podcasting, Kaleche Mumo's transition to the digital sphere.
Earn it, spend it, save, invest. Moolah, kila siku waste that moolah, make more bila stress.
Welcome back to Mint, where we explore the world of personal finance, making it simple and relatable for you. Whether you're looking to earn, spend, save, or invest, we've got you covered.
Earn it, spend it, save, invest.
As a business owner, imagine having to buy 5 different software packages from 5 companies to operate your business, then relying on various people to train your staff to use all those systems. Companies are now realizing that the future of work isn't about buying more software, but about working smarter with innovative and integrated cloud-based platforms. On Inside Hustle today, Vera Kumar Natarajan shows us how we can boost efficiency in the modern workplace, not by using more tools, but by choosing the right ones that work seamlessly together. Across Kenya, companies are transitioning from standalone applications and software towards unified cloud-based platforms. Standalone software for functions such as word processing, image editing, account and finance, presentations, and human resources isn't cutting it anymore.
Every company has multiple departments: sales and marketing, finance at the core, operations, collaborative, and then business intelligence, communication tools, and so on. So they have one vendor for finance and operations, and then another for sales and marketing. So sales guys don't talk to finance guys in terms of software. It's like they are not syncing properly. And then the HR guys, so the payroll and people management, that's a different software. They don't talk to each other properly. So we find a lot of data silos within the company.
This shift is being driven by cost, convenience, and the need to break free from data silos. Instead of buying software for each department, companies are now buying or subscribing to platforms that integrate all their operations under one roof. In Kenya, this shift is more visible in SMEs that are just starting to digitize their operations.
Most of them start with bookkeeping. I mean, like that's where the money comes in, where money goes, the cash flow options and so on. We have Zoho Books, our accounting platform, along with inventory management, expense management, and so on. So that is one of the popular platform that is being sold mostly with the SMEs. And the second most is the collaborative tools, the email solutions, the Drive, the tools to store the files and so on.
But much as the move from scattered tools to integrated platforms will mean seamless workflows, enhanced productivity, and data unity, some businesses are hesitant about where their data will go and how secure it will be.
So where is my data? What happens to my data? Is it secure enough? People are used to having a desktop, a version on the desktop, whether it is Office 365 or any bookkeeping platform. It's on the desktop, so it is with me. Wherever I go, I take it with my laptop, and then that's it. When we started saying it, no, it's on cloud. So wherever you are, whether you are in your office, in your home, or you are traveling to your customers, you can still access these solutions.
With their data stored on the cloud, businesses are now also saving on costs that would have been spent on data centers.
It used to be the case where customers used to focus on what level of data centers that we have to build. Now, with companies like us coming in with software as a service, that cost is completely out of the window. So if they were investing like $100,000 for a data center, that's not the case anymore.
The adoption of software as a service is quickly growing thanks to integration with local systems such as M-Pesa.
So M-Pesa is a very popular payment option in Kenya, right? When we moved into Kenya, we customized our solution to make sure that they can use M-Pesa to receive or send money as well.
With digital adoption accelerating rapidly in Kenya, particularly in the business landscape, companies are increasingly leaning towards software that incorporates AI and automation tools.
Everyone is looking at AI adoption, right? Again, we have seen, Kenya has been one of the faster in terms of using AI. The recent data that was saying like more than 46% of young adults has been using ChatGPT. We have been having AI for past 10 years. So it's part of the product. We are not going to charge our customers, at least for not now, when they start using our AI products, AI agents or the AI tech within the product. It's part of the solution that they buy.
Earn it, spend it, save, invest.
Radio has been the heartbeat of Kenya for decades. From the early morning shows that wake up the nation to the familiar voices that have shaped conversations for years. Among those voices, few have resonated as powerfully as Kaleche Mumo. After decades in mainstream media, Kaleche took a bold step. She traded the structure of the radio for the freedom of the digital mic. Today, she's redefining storytelling through her podcast, where authenticity, laughter, and real talk take center stage. This is Boss Moves.
If you don't know your audience, your target audience, what do they like to hear?
Kaleche Mumo's journey into digital storytelling began by accident. After years in mainstream media, she received several messages and questions about her personal story on weight loss. So, instead of responding one by one, she switched on her camera and started her YouTube channel.
My journey into podcasting was kind of an accident, or let me say, as a default place to find a way to give people my story. Specifically after my weight loss journey, it became so difficult to answer all the DMs, all the comments, all asking, what did you do, this, that. And so the people who were around me at the time suggested that I try recording all this in a series called The Me I Want to share my story. And that is how I began the journey. And that was back in 2016. And so that's how I began. And now I am in my third podcast. So it's been a nice journey.
What began as a way to reach more people became something deeper.
I think the reception was good because the desire for people to get a quick solution to weight loss is too high. And so their views were amazing. Then transitioning out of TV was when I started my next podcast. And of course, the hype is still with, oh, we like watching you, so they want to follow you. And the style of that second podcast, Live and Uncut, was similarly as hype as I was as a radio presenter. And that for me was not necessarily who I am as an individual today.
Kaleche wears many hats, but she doesn't see them as jobs. To her, each is a gift.
And we can get back yesterday, but we young right now.
A different way to use her voice, her experiences, and her purpose. For her, work is not a burden, but an extension of who she is.
I don't call them jobs. I call them things I love to do. I have a gift. I am able to use my voice and my mind to be able to communicate to other people, to tell stories, to plan and make things happen for people. I look at them as places where I've been able to use the gift I have to thrive. Finding myself emceeing, it's a gift. I was singing as well. And so I was using my gifts. And so the desire to be on air was to talk to people, to be able to engage with people. I'm a great listener, and that I knew I was good at. So again, it's what are you good at and where can you take it? And if it brings you money, well and good.
In a space where everyone has a mic, it takes more than just talking to stand out. Kaleche believes that the best podcasters are not the loudest, they are the most authentic and strategic. This is not just a skill, but a gift.
One of the skills that I think is greatly left out is the fact that you need to be a safe space. You're creating this podcast, either you have interviewees, guests, or even you're doing it as a person who's sharing wisdom, wealth about a specific topic. People need to feel safe with you. Secondly, I think mastering how you want to deliver your content. You may have some great topic, but you don't have the structure to make that come out in a way that will make people feel safe and drawn to you.
Every career has a first. First job, first paycheck, first taste of independence. For Kaleche, she started her career as a receptionist.
My first paycheck was 11,000. And I went and I brought a twin deck cassette radio player. So that was 9,000 of the 11,000. I was satisfied. I was very happy with myself.
From spending habits to saving long term, her journey was not one without mistakes. However, every misstep became a lesson.
I think money mistakes have been getting into wrong partnerships, going and investing in a business that you're not passionate about because it looks like something that could work because your friend said it can work.
As the digital space expands, so does the art of podcasting. This isn't just the future of media, but the future of storytelling. Her recommendation?
So the future of podcasting is great if we can have more people supporting the industry. If we can have more organizations who can see what the benefits are of investing into these conversations. A lot of them don't want to spend money on podcasting. If I put out a podcast today that is branded by your organization, it's there for life.
From mainstream media to her own digital stage, Kaleche Mumo continues to evolve, proving that growth isn't about changing who you are, but expanding what you can do. What started as a desire to speak more freely has now evolved into a mission to empower, inspire, and remind others that their voices matter too. This wraps up today's episode of Mint, Money Made Simple, your essential guide to personal finance designed to help you make your money work smarter for you. For more information, visit mint@mula.co.ke or tv47.digital. Stay safe and keep minting. Until next week, I'm Lydia Nyawera.